Hi, welcome to another Guns Contractors video. I'm here at the Bauma 2025 iDig stand, where I just want to show you some quick tutorial videos on how to get the most out of your iDig system. So this one, we're going to do single slopes. So iDig we've done working flat, now we're going to do it working with a slope. Really, really simple. You've got a button down here which brings up, you can either do a single or dual slope, of course, because iDig is fully 2D. We're going to do a single slope in this instance because I'm only working in a little sandbox, so I've got to kind of work with what I've got. It brings up this screen and it asks you which direction the slope is in. Is it towards the machine or is it away from the machine? You can literally just click on the one you want, it's either positive or negative, and then it asks for what it calls the length of the slope. Now that, to you and me, will be the grade. Now this is where I use a little app on my phone called Slope, which is a really, really good little system. You can input the length of the slope that you want and the height, and then it calculates the slope percentage for you, which then means you can input that into iDig. Now, I've got a little sandbox in front of me, I can't do an awful lot. So we're gonna do a 1 meter slope, that's how long it is, and we're gonna rise by 20 centimeters, 200 mil, because I've only got enough sand really to do that kind of thing. But this could be, let's say, a drainage run. You could set it to 0.2% or something for a drain or whatever. It's the same principle. Anyway, what we do is I need 20.41%, 20.4, well, I even do 1% if you want, so that's how accurate you can be. And now iDig gives us this slope here. It knows that we're working flat in this direction, but obviously that slope wants to come up towards me and the machine. And what it's saying here is it wants me to know which direction that slope is in, because it doesn't know whether I want to dig a slope this way or towards you or in this direction. So it uses the 2D calibration sensor in here to know where we're at. So all I've got to do is slew to the direction that I want the slope to be in, hold my bucket near it, and I just press this little button up here, which brings up these things. Now, you can do some quite complicated stuff, but the one we want really is this one here, which aligns the machine in this direction. So now it knows that that slope is in this direction. I'll show you by slewing round that as I slew, just want to make sure I don't knock any of the customers over here at Bauma, but as I slew, this slope will change because it knows that it's over in this direction. So you can see now how the slope, how it's moving around as it knows that I want the slope in this direction, but obviously the bucket is now different in relation to it. So we'll come back to this. It's difficult to explain exactly here, but this is where I want my slope. The next thing it wants to know is how deep or what angle I want that slope, the depth of it at, because it doesn't know whether I want to dig it up here or down in the ground. So hold my bucket on my datum, and then very, very simple, just like it is with a level area, go to your point that you want to start the slope at, and we're going to click 0 there. I could offset that, I could dig it 300 mil from this point or whatever I want, but we're going to do it on 0 there for now. You can see my bucket is on grade at that point. And as I pull through, this will tell me where I am in relation to that grade as I pull through the length of the working range of the machine. So, apologies for poor driving, because it's not that easy to present, do this and all of that, but you get your guidance here on your LEDs, and you can pull your grade all the way through the slope. Difficult to show on a bit of sandbox like this, but you can also hold your bucket in any position on that slope and it will tell you where you're at. So let's say you want to pull the batter maybe with the bottom of the bucket. You can hold yourself on a point. I've got to get myself grading now. In any position, the machine will tell you where you are on that slope. So it doesn't matter when you change, you want to pull it like this and change the bucket round like that. iDig knows where you're at. It even knows if your machine isn't level, and it'll tell you all of these things. So that's the basis of being able to pull a slope. Now, when you go to move, let's say you want a slope that's bigger than the range, the working range of your machine, you can do that in a couple of ways. You can then move your machine, hold your bucket back on a good bit of the slope that you previously dug, and press 0 again, and iDig would continue that slope. Or let's say you were doing a drainage run over a much longer distance, you could use the laser. And that is the same way that we did it in my how to use the laser video, but we're doing it with a slope. You've just got to set your laser to the same slope that iDig is working to, and then the two will work in tandem as you work along that trench line, which for things like drainage is an absolute game changer. Save on shingle, save on time, you haven't got a man in the trench. It's a really, really good feature. So yeah, that's the basis of how to use a slope for iDig. Nice and simple, easy to set up. Let's go to work. Thanks for watching.